Hey, what's up? Do you have time? Can you talk? Thank you. Well, I have a problem I'd like to talk to you and I want you to help me. In South Africa, 2000, there used to be this guy named Mwekassa. This guy used to work for Vodacom. Vodacom is a service provider, telecom service provider all across Africa, but they are big in South Africa. Now, Mwekassa used to work for Vodacom and he was just a simple agent. You know, in Africa, not everybody has a contract phone. Okay, some people have pay as you go. So you basically buy airtime or put money into your phone that enables you to make phone calls or send text messages. Now, as you would know, Africa has many issues when it comes to finances. You know, not everybody's got money like that. And sometimes you don't have money in your phone, but you want to speak to somebody. Now, how do you reach out to them if you don't have money in your phone? Now, Mwekassa came up with something very interesting. It's called the Please Call Me service. This is basically sending a code on your cell phone addition to the number of the destination, meaning the number of the person you're trying to speak to. And they receive a text message saying, please call me back. Okay? And the person will call you back because they receive a please call me from you. Now, Mwekassa went and spoke to his manager, trying to explain, this is the idea that I got. I believe this is going to be very profitable for the company. The manager was very impressed, obviously, like a nice slave. They clapped hands for him. Hey, congratulations, good idea. They've implemented the system and it works perfectly. So now people in South Africa could just, whether they have money or not, just send a please call me to somebody if you don't want to use your airtime or if you've run out of airtime, and they will call you back. Now, years later, Mwekassa realized how great his idea was. And he got nothing for it. So he sued Vodacom, asking for money. I want compensation in 2028. Remember, he started working in 2008. Remember, he started working in 2000. So that's basically 8 years later. Mwekassa sued Vodacom in 2008 and claimed that he was never compensated for the invention. In 2016, the Constitutional Court ruled that Vodacom must negotiate reasonable compensation with Mwekassa. Obviously, you expected that, right? I mean, somebody comes into your company and brings such a bright idea that you have never heard before. Now, this idea obviously makes you make money. Because if I don't send a please call me to you, you probably won't call me. Now, if you don't call me, the company doesn't make money. Now, the reverse is also plausible. If somebody calls you back because you sent the please call me, you've just initiated a sale, right? Now, Mwekassa wanted a percentage from the sale made from the time please call me was created to the time they were being. Again, in 2016, the Constitutional Court ruled that Vodacom must negotiate reasonable compensation with Mwekassa. So Vodacom apparently got back to Mwekassa with an offer, about 47 million rand, which translates to approximately $2.8 million for his invention. He said, dude, take 47 million rand, $2.7 million. So it is reported that Mwekassa wanted from Vodacom 70 billion rand. That's about $7 billion US. I mean, Vodacom is a big company. They have a lot of money. They have made a lot of money through this person's invention. And remember, the court said they should have a reasonable understanding and make a reasonable payment. Now, Vodacom got back to Mwekassa and said, listen, we're going to offer you 47 million rand. So from 70 billion rand to 47 million rand, which is from $4 billion that he asked for to $2.7 million. And he wasn't happy with that. In 2024, the Supreme Court of Appeal ordered Vodacom to pay Mwekassa between 5% to 7.5% of the voice revenues generated by the service over 18 years. Remember, it's been 18 years now. In 18 years, you've used the service, please call me, and people have called back. Now, the man who invented please call me should receive at least 5% every phone call made from a please call me. That's a great deal, isn't it? Now, Mwekassa waited and waited. Now something very interesting has happened. Vodacom has appealed to the Constitutional Court, which overturned the initial ruling and sent the matter back for fresh hearing by different judges. So now we have different judges going through the issue. Now, the Apex Court also issued a court order against Mwekassa. Yes, requiring him to pay 13 million rand in legal fees, most of which will go to Vodacom. So the guy sued Vodacom for 70 billion rand or $7 million. Vodacom offered him 27 million rand, which is $2.7 million. He refused. After more than 18 years of waiting, they say that now he has to pay Vodacom about $13 million in legal fees. That's just south of $1 million. You see what I'm saying? How do you feel about that? Mwekassa obviously is a black South African man who's, dedicated his life and his time for the company. Obviously, when you work for a company, is it wrong to be compensated for an improvement that you made? Unless you signed a piece of contract saying that everything that you create here does not belong to you. I don't even know how that stands legally, but if you create something to add onto a company, should you or should you not be compensated, especially if the company is making great return out of it? Now, do you feel Mwekassa asked for too much in this situation? I mean, 70 billion rand, that's about $4 billion. Maybe could he have asked for less? Would it have been easier if he had asked for less? Do you think he was greedy, or do you think he was just claiming what actually belonged to him? Now, I think sometimes in order to understand some stories, you need to go back in the past because there's absolutely nothing new on earth. Is it okay to ask for compensation for work you do? Look, let's just look back in time. Martin Cooper, this man right here, okay? He worked for Motorola in the 1970s and he came up with an invention which you use today. Maybe the invention you're using today to watch me. The mobile phone. Martin Cooper. Well, he was compensated for that. He was recognized and compensated as part of Motorola's invention leadership, and his legacy is widely celebrated. He's a clown. Is it because he's a white man? I'm just asking. The man is worth $600 million. There are many situations like Martin Cooper that are reported everywhere. Well, there's another situation in the past, okay? There's James Gosling, okay? James Gosling developed Java programming language while at Sun Microsystem. Okay, Java is used for people who don't know. You can Google it. He was recognized for his work and compensated for it. Later on, he joined Google and other tech firms, but he's rich now. Well, let's go back in time. Maybe that will explain to us. Fellas, there's a black man in America named Granville T. Wood, railway telegram system. He's known as the Black Edison. The man invented the system that allows trains to communicate with stations, improving safety. As a train moves, they can communicate with the station, so they avoid accident. Granville T. Wood. Unfortunately, despite of his innovation, he died in poverty. He was not recognized, and many of his ideas were adopted without proper credit or compensation. But they use his ideas today. This man right here, Lewis Latimer, was a pioneer black inventor. The man played a major role in many inventions. Latimer invented a method to produce longer-lasting carbon filament for light bulbs. I mean, you all know Thomas Edison as the creator of the light bulb. But his light bulb was not perfect. It was dying. Lewis Latimer came along when they worked together and invented a method to produce a longer-lasting carbon filament. But unlike Edison, it's not recognized. And also, unlike Edison's fragile bamboo filament, Latimer's carbon filament were cheaper, more durable, and more efficient, making electric lighting viable for everyday use. And he was never compensated for that. So I don't know if this has anything to do with anything. I know you can't even say that thing, because if you say that thing, then they call you something, and it's just crazy. Let me know how you feel about this. I mean, I feel for this brother, Mwekassa. He has to appear in court on the 15th of November in South Africa. South Africa has gone through the most. Remember, this country of apartheid where black people were subjected to oppression and destruction, They couldn't speak, they couldn't breathe, they couldn't move without a passport in their own country. It was just very, very insane. And unfortunately, up until today, there aren't much of a change when it comes to economical freedom. And it's very sad. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you think this guy asked for too much? Or do you think, even if he asked for too much, he shouldn't be paying for his invention? $1 million illegal fee. God bless.